Whispers turn to wonder. Jana Duggar's long-awaited pregnancy brings hope and headlines. In a family where life events often unfold under the unblinking gaze of cameras, whispers have quietly shaped the narrative of one woman who long chose to remain silent. Today, those whispers have transformed into a symphony of wonder as news of Jana Duggar's long-awaited pregnancy emerges, not just as another headline, but as a testament to resilience, faith, and the quiet courage of a woman who has spent years balancing family duty and private hope. It wasn't so long ago that every family gathering, every public appearance, and even the smallest photograph of Jana carried with it a familiar question: when, if ever, would she have a story of her own to share? For years, she stood as an anchor within a sprawling family, known less for her own plans and more for the support she offered to siblings who married young, raised children, and stepped into adult life seemingly without hesitation. But as the family expanded and seasons changed, Jana remained steadfastly in the same chapter, or so it seemed to those who watched from afar. Friends close to her often spoke in gentle tones of her quiet dreams, a wish for a home of her own, a partner who understood her thoughtful nature, and above all, the hope that motherhood might one day become part of her story. Yet, through those years of patient waiting, she rarely spoke publicly of what she carried inside, not just the longing, but the steadfast resolve to write her story on her own terms. Today, that private hope has blossomed into public joy. Confirmations from family circles and soft, unspoken acknowledgments have now become a chorus, as it is revealed that Jana Duggar is indeed expecting her first child. The significance of this moment isn't just in the announcement itself, it lies in the journey that brought her here, a journey defined by quiet strength, moments of doubt, and a grace that rarely demanded the spotlight. Observers familiar with the family's history will know this isn't just any headline. For years, speculation swirled around Jana's life choices. Was she truly content in her role as sister, daughter, and aunt? Or did late-night reflections reveal a hidden ache, a wish to step into the roles she helped others embrace? In candid conversations away from cameras, Jana shared glimpses of this delicate balance, the joy she took in nurturing nieces and nephews, and the silent hope that someday those little footsteps might echo in her own home. The news of her pregnancy has been met with an outpouring of warmth from family, longtime followers, and even those who rarely agreed with the choices made in the family's public life. What seems to resonate most isn't the novelty of another Duggar baby, but the timing and context. Jana, at this stage in life, choosing to share this chapter now, with a partner she has described as both steady and deeply respectful. Stephen, the man who now stands beside her, has long been part of quiet speculation himself. Yet, unlike the whirlwind romances sometimes seen in the family, this bond appears to have been nurtured over time, rooted in shared values, but also in mutual understanding. Sources close to them describe a relationship built less on spectacle and more on everyday acts of kindness, a shared glance in crowded rooms, gentle encouragement during family pressures, and the shared laughter that hints at deep friendship beneath romance. In recent months, those around Jana noticed subtle changes, a softer glow in her smile, moments where her hand unconsciously rested on her abdomen, and a calm that suggested peace with choices finally made. Yet even as whispers grew louder, she remained characteristically private, until confirmation could no longer be delayed. Now, as the news becomes public, the reaction isn't mere curiosity, it's admiration. Admiration for a woman who waited not just for marriage, but for the right moment to embrace motherhood. For someone who lived so much of her life in a family where early marriage and children were almost expected, choosing patience was itself an act of quiet rebellion, and perhaps deep wisdom. The announcement has sparked broader reflections, too. In a culture often quick to question why a woman might wait so long, Jana's journey, is a reminder that life's timelines cannot and should not be dictated by others' expectations. Her story speaks to countless women who navigate similar questions, those who hear the ticking of a clock but choose instead to trust their own sense of readiness. Family insiders describe the mood as both celebratory and deeply emotional. For years, siblings and parents have watched Jana's steadfast presence, helping plan weddings, caring for newborns, and stepping in when family burdens grew heavy. To now see her step into this new chapter feels, in their words, like the story finally catching up to the heart everyone knew she had. Public response has followed the same tone. Messages of support and joy pour in from longtime viewers who recall Jana's earliest appearances on screen, a thoughtful young woman with a gentle voice who often faded into the background so that others could shine. Many recall moments when her soft guidance comforted siblings in distress, or when her watchful eye kept family events running smoothly. Yet perhaps the most remarkable part of this new chapter is how it has unfolded without the scripted fanfare that often accompanies family milestones. Rather than staged announcements, glamorous photo shoots, or carefully orchestrated reveals, the news emerged slowly, built on hints, quiet confirmation, and finally, heartfelt acknowledgement. In doing so, Jana has once again shown a different way of living publicly, not denying the significance of her news, but refusing to reduce it to mere spectacle. As her story continues, the focus has naturally shifted to what comes next. Friends say she approaches pregnancy with the same quiet thoughtfulness she brings to everything, researching, planning, and most importantly, embracing the wonder of it all. Despite years of public life, this is the first chapter that feels entirely hers, a journey not just shared with a watching world, but deeply, profoundly personal. Those close to her describe moments of reflection, Jana sitting quietly, hand on her stomach, whispering prayers of gratitude, Stephen by her side, quietly protective yet never overshadowing her voice. Family gatherings now include soft conversations about baby names, plans for nurseries, and gentle reminders that parenthood, too, will bring its own unexpected lessons. For many who followed Jana's journey from girlhood to womanhood, this moment feels like both an ending and a beginning. An ending to years of speculation, doubt, and whispered questions, and a beginning of a story written at her own pace, guided by her own heart. What makes this story resonate so deeply isn't simply the news of a pregnancy, but the story of resilience behind it, of a woman who dared to wait, dared to hope, and dared to believe that life's biggest gifts come not when expected, but when truly ready to receive them. As the days unfold, attention will naturally turn to the details, due dates, baby showers, and all the traditions that follow. Yet at its core, this story is about something quieter and infinitely more powerful, the wonder born when whispers finally give way to hope fulfilled. And in this moment, when the quiet strength of one woman becomes the shared joy of many, those who have followed Jana Duggar's journey can finally celebrate not just what is coming, but the grace, courage, and quiet conviction that brought her here. Thanks for watching.